Do you remember who you are?
I am Jan Jandowski. Have you heard of this sci-fi base building story-driven game with dialogue choices called The Authors? The Authors has completely grabbed me by the Scrodingers. The Authors is a cool take on cloning and base building with a nice sci-fi story and some dual dialogue choices while you go through it. This game is so good I feel like I must be missing something. While the game is not necessarily excellent if you pick its individual pieces apart and analyze them, it feels like the sum of its parts is a symphony of good choices that I was really missing for a long time. I did not expect this seemingly AA title to actually hook me so deeply, and not even because of the base building mechanics. For those of you who don't know, there's a game called Oxygen Not Included that goes deep into base building mechanics like this game has, but I always found myself folding out of its complexity at some point or another. That's not saying Oxygen Not Included is bad at all, but the authors seem to take it easy on those base building mechanics to allow for more features to come in, such as 3D environment exploration with a beautiful landscape and resources you have to manage to try and be efficient while progressing on the story. These environments also have very light Metroidvania mechanics where specific transition points on the map are locked behind having certain equipments or to either permanently unlock a path or temporarily access it, like the pickaxe that consumes energy to traverse higher walls. Wait, a pickaxe? Is this right? That looks like a grappling hook. What the fuck? It also helped that, at least for me on my low-end rig, the game looks beautiful and amazing to play. It does look like a barren world, but they also choose a lot of cool shaders to incorporate in the game that gives the alien feel and also make good use of colors and other clear visual cues to direct towards points of interest. And I say the word looks barren, but the designs I have seen so far are pretty beautiful and makes you want to just stop and admire them. This 3D environment is not only explorable, but also allows for building certain structures to help you collect resources and travel through the map. You can even create your own checkpoints. Another feature that they have is how the new workers for your base are created. You clone your main character, but you produce altered versions of yourself based on changing their memories and creating versions of you that believe they lived completely different lives. The implications are amazing, and the game does try to tackle a lot of the philosophical and even theoretical physics involved in it. And if you actually pay attention to how these memories changes your clones, it will help you choose the best options when faced with dilemmas while having a chat with your authors. Yes, the game has dialogue choices while you chat with your clones. These dialogue choices might include things you want them to do, or things they want you to do, or even some information some of them might have due to their altered memories. And as the story progresses, you'll need different set of skills that different authors will have, so you will need to branch out as most as you can, and you will have unexpected encounters and personalities to deal with. For example, there was this moment that I needed to talk with a specific person on Earth, and they give me this direction that I could ask my authors and see if any of them would have any relevant information for me to use when talking to that person on Earth. But it turns out that all my clone choices, actually none of them could help me in this situation. So I just failed on that optional objective. You know, I didn't have any information that I did not already had with myself. And I could still talk to that person, but I didn't have any extra information. So it does add a little bit to the replayability, because I am left wondering like, oh, what's in store? What if I had other clones at that moment in the story? Maybe they could help me, and maybe I would have extra dialogue choices with this person. So this is very interesting approach this game has to the story, and locking some stuff behind some specific authors. And that brings me to another feature that I wasn't expecting to be so prevalent in the game, which is the story progression. There's a lot of dialogue choices here too while you uncover more about your mission. What happened to its original plans, what are the true intentions of the corporation behind your exploration, and even study mysterious phenomena that happens around you. All while also trying to flee the sun that's slowly getting closer to you, resembling the same mechanics that Faster Than Light had, or my beloved Victorum. That helps you stay on pace while also marching forward. Some people might dislike that, and I might even say that I wanted a bit more chill time to just take in and admire the landscape for a while. Look guys, when I first heard about this game, I didn't had like high expectations. Let's say I had medium expectations. I saw this game on III Festival and I noticed the base building mechanics and maybe the cloning stuff, but I didn't realize the game was so cool. I don't know if the low expectations actually made me let my guard down, you know, so the game now has gripped me intensely because I wasn't expecting this. But I am loving every regard, even though the game is not like perfect in any way. As I said, the sum of its parts makes for a really interesting game that I am always keep thinking about coming back to because I really want to check more of it. Granted, when I first opened my memories on the Quantum computer, my whole life full of notes for each memorable moment was kinda too much for me to take in. And I wasn't very interested yet on checking the main character's story. But after I had the time to explore other game mechanics and the story evolved bit by bit, I started to check on the main character's story a bit more each time, especially considering I have to alter specific points in my history to get new authors to join my crew. And the reason we need altered versions of ourselves is to have a different set of skills, like a scientist, a miner, or a doctor. This different set of skills will not only benefit your operations based on their specific field of operation, but they also have different personalities and different takes on the mission. Some will prefer you to focus your time on building social areas, while others might demand more mission-focused buildings, like a laboratory. It really depends on their personalities and life paths. They might have special requests that will culminate in a new side quest, or they can just react to others and you might want to try and shift their mood if they become too rebellious or get hurt while working outside of the base, for example. You have a bit of authority over them, but that may also backfire with the possible threat of mutiny. Or maybe you can just play beer pong with them and kick their asses and make everybody drunk and happy.
Next time.
Talking about activities you can do with your authors, you can also drag them to watch some tapes you will find scattering around the planet. You will lose some productivity on that, but it's a trade-off if you want that extra happiness.
No reaction. You're clean.
What about you, Quay? Where were you when Martinez was attacked?
I was burying my wife.
Oh, God.
There is a very nice touch to the dormitories and the social areas. It really gives a feel like they are trying to live their best while they are in that stranded situation. And it's specifically cool because different authors have different personalities and you see them hanging out in different places, and you know, stuff happens with them if you watch them work. There are so many details and everywhere, and I am still discovering this stuff, so it's very cool. I really wanted to point that out. All in all, I've yet to see everything the game has in store for me, but I like what I have seen so far, and I really wanted to share with you guys my experience with this amazing game that I got to know on the III Fest. And that's it, my guys. I really hope you have enjoyed. Have you already tried the authors? Are you playing the game? What's your thoughts about it? Do you know any sci-fi history about cloning yourself but not making exact copies, actually altering yourself? Maybe some kind of parallel universe or stuff like that? Tell me in the comments below. And I really enjoyed this game to make this video, and these are my first impressions. I have yet to beat the game and make pass a final judgment, but I really hope you have enjoyed the video, and I will see you on the next Notidle video. I don't know what it will be themed, but that's it. I hope you have enjoyed, guys. See you on the next one. Please leave a like, subscribe, and follow me for more. And that's it. I will see you on the next gaming news, probably. That's it. Bye bye, guys. Bye bye.
You remember who you are.
I am Notidle News!